you need help refunding clients in a professional way and a happy way so that they keep their trust in you? Well, in this video, we're going to work out what you need to refund your clients as a small business in a happy environment. Let's go! Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Stephanie Lee-Harper if you are new here. And I've spent the last decade dedicating myself to reading as many sales and marketing books on small businesses. And these are the lessons that I have learned to make me grow as a small business from scratch on a weird company about kids party entertaining. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Make your dreams a possibility. So it's always worrying having somebody come back and ask for a refund. Most of the time they don't even ask for a refund, they just dibble dabble around it. So it's like a dancing game that you have to do with your client to work out what's going to make them feel happy. And it's not always that simple. Sometimes they don't want a refund. Sometimes it's beneath them. Wouldn't be beneath me. Give me the money. Give me the money back. So when you first get that email, because it usually comes as an email, so have an open mind about the client and the person that worked with that client. Hear out both sides of the story before you side with one of them. Sometimes when you've got a good worker, it's easy to side with them, but sometimes they didn't do a good job. And I always recommend asking if they have any photos or videos of said job that happened, because that makes life so much easier without the emotional storyline that hides behind both client and contractor. When you're dealing with someone who has a complaint, just shut up. Don't speak over them. Sometimes they like to rant on the phone. And I had a horrible experience and it was so awful. And sometimes you're talking and they'll talk right on top of you. Just let it happen. In fact, I recommend making sure that you have pauses in your conversations so that they can feel free to jump in. Upset clients just want someone to listen to them. Now, when you're quiet, it doesn't actually mean be like this. Hello? Hello? Is anyone still on the phone? Is anyone there?
Yes, I'm here.
Do the sounds. Oh, really? Oh, but obviously do them like a normal person. Don't just do this. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I recommend when you have a client on the phone that's not happy and asking for some sort of refund, that you are empathetic, slightly confused and slightly shocked all at once. Oh my goodness me, no, I can't believe that's happened to you. Oh, that's terrible. Yes, tell me more. And that way they feel like somebody's listening to them. You've got to be like their long lost sister that they never had. And I went over to them and they just gave me the worst face paints in the world. Tell me about it, sister. That's awful. Oh, is that what happened? Yeah. That's what happened. Isn't that awful? Now, I know this is your baby, so you may feel a bit sort of like standoffish, like, don't attack me. Don't you attack me. But you have to sound warm and professional when you're speaking to the client that's upset, even if you probably don't agree and they've been a pain in the butt the whole time. And when they phone up, I recommend telling them that you're happy that they've contacted you. You know what? Thank you so much for taking the time in contacting me, because I really want to know what's going on. And because some of these people, they've actually had a bad experience. Probably, I'm guessing about 80 to 90% of the time, these people are absolutely correct. Then you've got the whingers. But the 80 to 90% of people, they feel embarrassed that they're causing a nuisance. So you have to make sure that you are on side with them, because then they'll come back to you if they feel they haven't been a nuisance. Now, when you have a client that's upset because they had a bad experience with your small business, I recommend that you embrace them ranting and just listen and be more conversational rather than standoffish, because you want to get into the realm of being their friend and their confidant who's going to sort it out for them. They will definitely come back to you if you're the head honcho and you have looked after them. You will not lose that lifetime value of that client. Woohoo! If this helped, click like and subscribe down below, and I will give you some more Super Steph's ideas on how to run a small business. And if you want to become a kids entertainer, I've also got a really good guide on how to be the best entertainer and make lots of money with it down here. Just comment below, give me the guide, and I'll send it to you. Now, it could have been something small. Could have been a small haircut, car detailing, whatever your small business is. Mine's kids entertaining. This could be just over a $300 face painting show. And that child is 4 years old and that client has got a great budget because they live in the posh parts. Then you don't want to kill off chop, chop, chop your lifetime value of that client for $300. And when the client who's got a problem with one of your services comes around, you need to make sure that you have some sort of like happy ground, especially if you're a woman. Find connections with that person. Maybe they've got a child the same name as your child. Maybe their children are the same age as yours. Say something that's going to connect you with them on a different level, far from the service that they got for you that was a bit. What I hate about giving money back to a client is sometimes you're actually paying it out of your pocket. And sometimes as a small business, you're losing money instead of earning money. And that is why, my friends, you have to make sure that your profit margin is quite healthy, because you're going to ultimately end up upsetting some clients every now and then. So all those people with their really cheap prices, they're going to die, because when clients come in with complaints, which they will, there'll be no money for them to get a refund, because they have to pay all their contractors, pay all their work cover and pay all their insurances. I recommend to myself and my friends, if you're a small business, make sure that you have a good solid third chunk of profit, depending on what industry you're in. But we are not the cheapest as kids entertainers, because you will be paying back some of that money in refunds, guaranteed. And the final recommendation that I believe is so important is to keep the lifetime value of that client by being a superhero. As you know, some clients have these big expectations that go beyond what can possibly actually work. But really, that's down to you to make sure that you've clearly told them that upon the booking process. Now, you want the lifetime value of your client to come back and not just get cut off because of some very small problem. So I recommend giving them a partial refund or a full refund if it's absolutely horrendous. But I really recommend that you have part of that partial refund as a voucher to come back to you again, because then they get trust back with you and you'll keep their lifetime value of that client with you in your small business. So much money. Any client that reports a problem, I always say that I will personally look after them the next time they come. Then they feel all sort of like, you know, like a chicken with big fluffy feathers, all happy and looked after. And I'm going to be the farmer looking after that baby chicken. Oh, chicken. Who are they going to go to? Somebody who's looked after them, or some other person that they don't even know? Even if they've had a bad experience with you, it's going to be you, my friend. Now, if you like those tips on how to look after clients that are asking for refunds, then also have a look here. This is my biggest secret to how I got 46% more money than I did a year before. This one up here. Be sure to watch the biggest secret that changed my income in 2023 as a small business. Bye, friends.